Fairleigh Dickinson's Darian Anderson is a high-volume scorer who paces his young squad in points and assists. His Knights look to keep Temple captain Jalen Bond off the boards. Bond leads his Owls in rebounding and showcases a versatile inside-out game. It's Temple's second consecutive contest at the Leocore Center as we welcome you to the American Conference on ESPN. Tonight, the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights visit the Temple Owls. Welcome courtside with Stan Litter. I'm Dave Leno. Temple possesses 3 seniors in its starting 5. Well, Stan, Fairleigh Dickinson lost 55% of its scoring from a year ago, and no seniors on the roster.
The youngest basketball team in the conference, one of the youngest teams in the country, that's the Knights of Fairleigh Dickinson. How will they handle the pressure and the different defenses they'll see tonight out of Temple? And for Temple, it's a team that doesn't turn the ball over very much, but they've yet to shoot over 50% this day. So tonight, they want to shoot the ball, continue to handle the ball good, but shoot the ball better and get a W.
As we take a look at our starting lineups, Fairleigh Dickinson will rely on Jiggets and Anderson to run its fast-paced offense. Earl Potts Jr. is the reigning NEC Player of the Week. Meanwhile, Temple's Josh Brown still learning the one, and his decision-making will improve over time. He'll have Obi and Ejonia by his side, who hit a career-high 4 of 6 from 3 against Delaware. Orchestrating the Knights program is Greg Herenda, who's in his 3rd season. It's his 30th year in college coaching, trying to build his young team into a Northeast Conference contender. On the opposite bench sits Temple's Fran Dunphy in the midst of his 10th season. Dunphy's Owls are doing an exceptional job limiting turnovers, but he wants to see his club more active on the glass and getting to the rim. The Knights are in the road blue uniforms, Temple in the home whites. Jeff Anderson will throw it up to Holloway and Ejonia. FDU controls, and we are underway from the Leocore Center. Our referees tonight, Jeffrey Anderson, Tim Nestor, and Jose Carrion.
As we expected, Temple starts out in man-to-man. FDU's got to be patient, recognize what they've got, look for their shooters.
Holloway spinning away from Ejonia, came up short, and there's Brown.
Talking about a Temple team that doesn't turn the ball over a lot. They're very patient, very sound, looking for good shots inside.
There's Obi and Ejonia, who had a monstrous game. 16 points, led all scorers on Sunday against Delaware. 4 of 6 from 3. Those 16 points, 1 shy of a career high. And matching that is Earl Potts Jr. for 3.
Guys that we expect to score, get off to a great start. Potts averaging about 14 points a game. He's a really solid 3-point shooter, his 10th of this season. And on the other side, you get Ejonia, who's a very powerful player that can score a lot of ways, like Bond.
He's going to be a matchup problem tonight, Stan, for FDU. Bond down there. Holloway must contain him along with Earl Potts Jr.
Well, Bond gives you a problem because he can step out and take the 3-point shot. He can score that mid-range play, but this guy can light him up also.
Potts Jr. back-to-back threes for him. That's his 5th 3 of the season.
And 2 outstanding looks for Potts this time. Had 4 3-point mades in the game against Delaware a couple of days ago, which they lost. 3 against St. Peter's, already 2 against Temple.
There's Devin Coleman for a deuce, the transfer from Clemson, who was eligible the 2nd semester last year. Anderson gives it up. Potts Jr. running baseline, and Jeff Anderson has a whistle.
And if you're FDU, you really got to like the way this game is started. They want an up-tempo basketball game, averaging just under 75 points a ball game. They want to push the pace, look for the open cutters or open shooters. They've run some good offense, got good shots the first couple possessions.
Culprit on the foul was Devin Coleman, his first. And here's Towns, an athletic wing player running with Holloway up top. Jiggets navigates away from Brown, and there's DeCozy with the miss. Q going coast to coast. Off of him will go to the Knights. And we're going to get an early timeout from Fairleigh Dickinson as we are all knotted up at the Liacouras Center as Greg Herenda, in his third year, really building a program that he inherited that lost 74 games prior to he taking over in Hackensack, New Jersey. Temple certainly relying on one of its studs, sophomore and uppercomer in Obi Enechionya. And Stan, this guy really can ball.
You know what? He's a hard matchup. He can step out and make the mid-range jump shot. He can knock down threes. He's already had 3 games in double figures. And then again, if you step up on him, he can score. He can go around you. Really nice hands and very active at 6'8", goes inside and scores. Missed an early season game against North Carolina with an ankle injury, but has really come on like game busters the last couple of ball games. Again, in the Delaware game, a solid shooting performance, had 16 points.
He actually came down on that same ankle against Delaware on Sunday, but continued playing and really flourished, not only in the first half, but the second as well. Fairleigh Dickinson shooting 2 of 4. Potts Jr. with 2 threes. And 8 to shoot for the Knights.
Sagging man-to-man. You'll try to go inside-outside.
Holloway over Bond, in and out. And Enechionya corrals the miss, and here comes Devin Coleman.
That's a nice look for Holloway. He's got to be able to make that shot with his back to the basket.
Good hustle by Holloway, and the second turnover on Temple. Potts Jr. out to Jiggets for 3. Yes!
Wow. Talking about playing with confidence and finding the open man. Very unselfish basketball by the Knights early in the game. Find a wide open Earl Potts.
Temple on the opposite side with 3 different scores. A balanced attack for the Owls. Had 8 different scores against Delaware. 10 to shoot for Brown. Jiggets all over him.
And one of the problems we've seen out of Temple this year, their inability to score on the fast pace. Now you've got a clock winding down. Got to get a shot up.
Bond with a prayer. Shot clock violation will go to FDU.
Excellent defense that time by the Knights.
Third turnover on Fran Dunphy's Owls. And one of the things that's been working very well as of late for Dunphy and his unit has been the ball movement. Very crisp, despite Josh Brown learning the wand. Potts Jr. tried a 3 again. Remember, he's made 2, and there is Josh Brown. Takosi gives it up to Brown. Rattles home.
Josh Brown's come in and really taken up the slack. And not a big score, but they're asking him to kind of manipulate, handle the basketball game, get the ball in the right player's hands. Good drive there.
Speedy Towns misses, and here's Brown on the opposite end. Enechionya, down low to Bond. Takosi wants to take Holloway, and he will go to the line on the other side. It's a good start for Fairleigh Dickinson here, who's leading by 1 early in Philadelphia.